and you get all excited and the excitement quickly dashed.
Doesn't work.
Dashed.
All right, what do we got going, Nat?
Okay, so we begin this morning with a story that shows just why Cubs fans have fallen in love with their team. Not only are they winning big on the field, but many of them are great guys off the field. We want to show you Dexter Fowler, the man who often gets the Cubs offense rolling. He was out yesterday at a Kmart in Chicago. So he runs this organization called Fowler's Howlers, and he surprised 43 families by paying for their back-to-school supplies. He paid off their layaway for the back-to-school supplies, shelled out $5 grand to make sure the kids have what they need when they head back to class. Fowler says it's just a small way to pay back the city he loves. I love that.
Very sweet.
So many parents struggle with those finances when it's time to go back to school. That is not a cheap bill to foot.
It's not. I mean, you've got the clothes and the supplies. Yeah, it is a lot that the kids have to have. Okay, so let's talk about buying a lotto ticket. How many folks out there have bought a lotto ticket with the Mega Millions? I mean, I know that we put a pool together here at work.
Powerball.
So we finally have just how terrible your chances really are of winning. And, you know, in many cases, you're more likely to get hit by a meteor from outer space, maybe get eaten alive by the Loch Ness Monster. Look at these odds. A guy by the name of Meta has studied the lottery. He used to work on Wall Street. He's found several interesting things. The first one, lottery officials are changing the rules to make it harder to win. And that's not just for the big games. We're talking about little ones as well. Right, right.
Okay.
He found that only 2% of lottery players ever break even. 2%.
2%.
That seems a little high to me, though. 2%.
Really?
And then he says if the average American took the $1,000 a year that they play on the lottery, I don't know who's spending $1,000 a year on the lottery.
Well, that's the average. So that means that someone out there is spending a ton of money.
But he says if they invested that, they would have more than $100,000 for retirement. And then the kicker, only 40% of lottery money goes to education, he found. And the rest of it goes to other government projects.
So my parents own a store in the city, and they have a lotto machine.
Right.
And so, but I'm not surprised. People play. I mean, there are the regulars that come in and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these lotto tickets, but I've seen a lot of them win, and win big. So when you see these things, I'm like, I don't know, play. Invest and play, you know?
Right.
Every time you spend 100 on a lotto ticket, invest the other 100 or something.
I'm not any
that's a
good
good
at it. I
idea.
gave it up. Even on my scratch-offs.
I mean, it's all
$2 I
like,
spent
the
on
more
it.
you play, maybe you'll win. But I know people who have won and won a decent amount.
Jenny knows for a fact. That guy apparently didn't come to Jenny for an interview when he did his study. And finally, if you've ever lost a pet, you can certainly identify with this one. A little girl named Claudia lost her calico cat 3 years ago. Her mom took her to the local animal shelter where she got a big surprise while looking for a new pet.
I had a calico. It was black and...
Yeah, what does it look like? Does it look like this? Who's this?
Cursor! I miss you so much.
Wow, is that not the awe moment of the morning, or
The
what?
cat's like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Who's squeezing me? Yeah.
Okay, this story is remarkable for two reasons. First, that the cat was found and brought to a shelter where someone was able to identify it. And second is the girl was only around 2 when Cursor first disappeared, and she remembers the pet so well. Animal experts say the two will probably have no trouble making up for lost time.
See the joy that felines bring.
Cat's like, I don't remember you being as handsy last time I left.
That's right. You couldn't lift me up last time. Now you can.
No.
That's good. Good picture.
Awesome.
All right, so ahead here at 9 o'clock, we're going to check out 5 gifts you can give the college student in your family as they head back to campus.
And John Lovitz returns. I didn't know this. This is a shock. He's going to be playing the birthday game with all of us.
Sweet.
John's just hearing it too.